I'm back with part two with my interview with my wonderful father. And I wanted to just quickly ask you about any memories of World War II or hardships and how Grandma got you through those hard times.
Well, I just remember as a family we were careful about the kinds of things using metal up, I remember, so on. I do remember we had savings bonds that we worked on. We'd put 25 cents a day away or a week or some money into a savings bond, and eventually those ended up being worth some money when we were a little bit older. So you never know, I guess.
Amen.
But the hardships were not anything that we couldn't bear, and we just lived through it, I guess.
Yep. Tell me about when you met Mom and when you first laid eyes on her and early dates and into your wedding day, if you would like.
Okay, the first recollection of meeting Mom was always at some place where she worked and served food, and that was important to me. I didn't have a football or basketball or baseball scholarship in college. It was me working for my meals, and so the same way with Mom, really. She worked her way through college by working in restaurants. So I would first see her maybe in the college cafeteria where she was working, and I was getting food there, or she was down at the Wigwam, which was a little restaurant down below, and she worked there. And then nights she'd sometimes go out and work at the root beer stand, and I'd go out there and eat. But she always took good care of me, so that's how I first met her. And then our first date ended up being after a basketball game, talking about food again. She was always looking for a chance to get some food because she was living on crackers and sardines, I think, a good share of the time. And I said, "Do you want to?" After a basketball game at a dance, I said, "Do you want to go out and have me take you home?" And she said, "Oh, I don't need a ride." I said, "Well, how about if we have some food?" And she said, "Yeah, that's a good idea." So that was our first date, so to speak.
Tell me about your memories of your wedding day.
Oh, very special. We both look forward to it, and both from the standpoint of all the family being there, and her family, I got to meet even more of them, so that was great. But it was a special day for us, and always will be. And the memories, I just remember running off in the car and waving goodbye to everybody after it was all over, seeing pictures, video. I think Arletta's, Lois's sister's husband took some video of us driving off, and there we were off on our honeymoon.
Wonderful. Soon after you all were married, you ended up in Germany where you were teaching. Do you have any special memories of Germany or any traveling you did there or your time as teachers?
Of course, the real special memories were the first two kids were born over there.
Yes.
Cindy was born in 1960. We were over there from 59 to 61. And Michael was born in 61. So, and it cost a tremendous amount of, I think, about $35 for Cindy and Mike to be born, because we were in Army hospitals, and all we paid for was Lois's food for 3 days. That's about how long it took for her to get out of the hospital and back home. Our memories are just super of our good friends in Germany. We still get a hold of them, and we still talk to them and email them. And they were some of our fondest memories. All of our travels, we traveled all over Europe, and so that was special too.
I'd like you to just share one memory of each of your children growing up, Cindy through Laura. And my first question is, why did you guys decide to keep having children? When you had a couple, three, why did you keep going?
Well, we just loved our kids, and they were so good. And Family has always been the most important thing in our lives, and we've been so blessed with all 5 of our kids. Poor Laura, she sometimes is described as the tag along, so we really kind of, maybe we planned on 4 and had a 5th, and she ends up being the one that has no asthma problems and no teeth problems, and know that she ends up being the kind of quote unquote perfect one. So we were lucky to have 5 perfect children.
Thanks, Dad. I'm going to pause this again, and we'll come back.